To serve as the 2021 Chairman of the Board for the Chamber. We're so happy to have you here today, and we appreciate your participation. I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about what the Chamber has meant to me and the growth of my business over the past few years. You know, one of the things we say the Chamber is best at is making connections. And sometimes it's hard to explain what that means. You know, how do you quantify connecting with 50 new people in your community? How do you quantify meeting 10 or 15 other business owners in your area that you can pick up the phone and call as a friend, as a mentor, as a colleague? Especially during the pandemic of 2020, this has been priceless, really, invaluable. It's a little cheesy, but sometimes I hear the Cheers theme song playing in the back of my head. You know, walk into a room where everyone knows your name, but there's some truth to it. Everyone is vying for each other's success. Everyone supports this community together. There's really no other platform to be able to meet the variety and diversity of people that I'm able to meet through my activities with the Chamber. It's easy for me to sit here and brag on the Chamber because I'm up to my eyeballs with all of the things that we do every year, but I'd really like for you guys to hear from some of our other members who all have unique experiences, who have all grown as a result of their membership here with the Chamber.
When I joined the Chamber, I was actually a single mom. I had just started our company, and to be honest, the bronze level membership, it felt like a lot. So I needed to make sure that when we joined, we had a really good return on our investment. The thing that I was told from the Chamber staff was get involved, be at everything you can. I started showing up at all the ribbon cuttings. I got really active on the ambassador committee, and the first big account that we landed was just someone who I met because I was there welcoming them as a new business. That account was $3 million in revenue for us the first year that we landed it. As a small business owner, that our investment in the Chamber is the best investment that we make all year. I don't know where our business would be without the support of our community.
I value my Chamber of Commerce membership for so many different reasons. Among them, we've always used it for information and resources on vendors. When we've needed a vendor, we look to the Chamber website and lists first. But especially during the pandemic, the Chamber has really shown itself a valuable clearinghouse of information for all kinds of things. For example, when we had someone come to the church recently looking for food resources or a food pantry, I was able to quickly go to the Chamber website, get a list of food pantries and their days and times of operations, copy and paste that URL and email it right back to the person who was inquiring. We had another church member who was having a very difficult time, as so many did, with getting her application through for unemployment income. And through information and contacts that I had from my work at the Chamber and participation at the Chamber, I was able to reach out kind of behind the scenes and get her application attention to be able to get that rammed through a little bit quicker, get past some of the red tape. So it's a wonderful place to find resources for all kinds of different community needs, and my Rolodex is full from my contacts here, if we still have Rolodexes. If I have a problem or a question, I know who to call to get answers and solutions.
As a small business owner, I've always known that becoming a part of an organization would really help my business. I knew that it would help with mentorship, leadership, just growing my business through referrals. But I chose the Chamber specifically because for the Chamber, it was all about relationships and connections to those people. When I joined, I had the privilege of knowing Christina before she was a part of the Chamber, and I knew and had experienced her belief in relationships and connecting people. So with that, I knew that if you've got that kind of a leadership, and that's the whole purpose of this organization, that I should be a member. But I will say that in the beginning, all I did was make my membership donation. I wasn't very active. As a couple of years went by, it gave me an opportunity to start attending, because attending was a part of the goal. Being active was a part of my goal. So that's what I started to do. But I started small. Networking event, maybe a luncheon, eventually getting to some sponsorships. The turning point for me, though, was impact. it really, truly gave me the opportunity to do just what I wanted to do, which was build those relationships and really connect with people. Gave me an opportunity to grow in my leadership so I could continue growing my team and my business. I recommend that not only do you become a member, but you are an active member of this chamber, because I truly see the benefit in it.
When we first started, it was like, hey, how do we meet people? How do we get our name out there? What helps? What can help us? And when you're new to this, you don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. And luckily, we found the Commerce, and they got us some gigs and introduced us to some people that got us pretty far. Some of the things that have helped me when I joined the Pasadena Chamber of Commerce was making connections. Doing the Taste of Town and winning Best in Latin has gotten us so much business and so much exposure. You think you know the world, and sometimes you think you know nobody. But doing that right there has introduced us to so many people that we didn't even know existed in Pasadena. Pasadena has so many things to offer, but we don't know that those tools are there. But thankfully to the Commerce, we do now. And it's helped us a lot. And we just keep growing. And without structure, without starting somewhere, you'll be lost. But if you're thinking about joining the Pasadena Chamber of Commerce or need some help for all those small businesses out there, trust me, it'll pay off. You just got to talk to people. You can talk to them. They will help you. Trust me. They're great people there. If you let them know what you're looking for, trust me, they'll find sources for you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 2021 State of the City. My name is Alex Fox. Once again, I'm with Qualified Properties. I'm so lucky to have a family-owned business here in the city, and I'm grateful to serve this year as the chairman for the chamber. I just want to also say thank you for rolling with us. Thank you for keeping up with the emails, the format changes, the rescheduling. You were so close to having to put on pants and actually eat in front of other people. Even our contingencies have contingencies after last year. We've gotten very good at this. So when they said, you know what, we're going to transition from hybrid to all virtual, we said, no problem. We've got friends at CT Church that make that easy. We can do that. Then we had once in 100 years Ice-ageddon, and no one had power. And we said, you know what, no problem. How does next Wednesday look for everybody? So thank you guys. At least you guys get to sit back, relax, and enjoy those snacks that I'm sure you have close by. I hope you enjoyed our video about connections here. We're intentional about these connections. We do it on purpose. It's a big part of what we do. And sometimes it's hard to articulate. It's hard to quantify. So I hope that helps some people understand more about what it means and also encourages you to get engaged. Don't forget, the chamber is here for business. We're here to support our business community, to be an advocate for them and to support them. So please don't be bashful, reach out and let us know how we may be able to serve you and your industry. As we were thinking about new initiatives for year 2021, we decided that of all the things we needed to concentrate on, shopping was probably where we needed to spend some time. When I say shopping, I mean anything from a fabricated pressure vessel to a spicy chicken sandwich, from a t-shirt to a new office building, and everything in between. I know online shopping can be convenient and it definitely has its place, but next time you're considering making a purchase, just think about the fact that 67 cents from every dollar you spend here locally stays here. It stays here in the form of local jobs. It stays here in the form of infrastructure reinvestment, and it becomes a source of pride for our community, and I think we can all support that. This program that we're working on is called Pasadena Loves Local, and it was born of a partnership between the Chamber and the Pasadena Economic Development Corporation. You're going to be hearing a lot of Pasadena Loves Local this year, so go ahead and get used to it. We're going to focus on education, both on the community side and on the business side. We'll have vendor workshops, we'll have industry-specific events, so keep an eye out for some of these events. For those of you like me who just like the merch, sign up to become a marketing partner at our website, and we'll be happy to send you a package with all kinds of fun stuff. We have a new resource guide out this year, the Chamber magazine, so please pick up some copies of those. If you'd like, we can send you an entire box. They are a great tool to give out to your customers. It's a lot of information, and it's a great resource to find local companies with whom you can do business. Our first workshop is actually 1 week from today, and it is a virtual workshop. We're going to teach you how to master your Google business profile, which obviously is something we all need. So make sure to check that out. By now, between the video and my comments, you're probably sensing a theme, and the theme is engage and connect, and then do some more engaging and then some more connecting. I meant what I said in that opening video. You know, sometimes it can come across as a little bit cheesy, but I really do value and cherish the relationships that I've built here as a result of my involvement. You know, some of my best friends now and some of my colleagues, other business owners, it's just such a great group of people. It's not just about the growth of the business, but it's about a sense of belonging, a sense of contributing to something that's greater than just myself. And we also just have a lot of fun. So I really encourage you to pick up the phone, call the chamber, actually talk to one of our staff there. We have an incredible staff, and every single one of them would love to find a way to plug you in, to help you get engaged in a way that makes sense for you. You know, sometimes it is all about the timing. Right now, I think we can all say that relationships and connections mean more than they ever have before. So, you know, I just encourage you really to reach out. You never know what way it could change or impact your life or those of your employees or your company. And I know that you won't regret it. Now I would like to take a minute to recognize our Diamond members who invest at the highest level annually. We could not do the work that we do without our partnership with them. Chevron Pasadena Refinery, Chevron Phillips Chemical Company, CT Church Pasadena, which is where we are today, Lyondell Basel, Miles AC Service, Phelps Insurance, Pinnacle, Port Houston, and the Serrano Insurance Agency. Thank you guys very much. I would also like to recognize our Platinum members. Please take a look at your slide. They are all listed there. Please make sure to pay them a visit, and when you do, tell them that you saw their name up here. For today's event, a special thank you goes out to the Chevron Pasadena Refinery for being our State of the City Platinum sponsor. Although Chevron has only been here for less than 2 years, they immediately made it their priority to develop community partnerships. They dove right in to support the school district, city projects, local nonprofits, many, many more. They were also among the first to make the commitment as a business to shop local and to source as many of their materials here as they can. So thank you guys. All of those wonderful things led Chevron to be named the 2021 Industry of the Year, as we announced last week. Congratulations, guys. We look forward to celebrating Chevron in May at the annual industry golf tournament. Now I'd like to invite Tim Sutherland up, General Manager at Chevron Pasadena Refinery, to take the stage for today's remarks as our Platinum sponsor. Thank you, Chevron.
So thanks, Alex. Congratulations on your directorship. That's pretty cool. To lead a good organization like the Chamber, that's a neat honor too. Well, I might be too loud. So I'm Tim Sutherland. I'm the general manager of the Chevron Pasadena Refinery, and we've been here. So in May it'll be 2 years, and I've been in the industry 30 years. This is my 30th year with Chevron. I've been in all in refining. I've been in all 5 of our wholly owned refineries now. And so that's what you get with me. You get a refinery guy. So we're very honored to be named the Industry of the Year. My government affairs manager, Rajni, works very hard in this community, as you know. And I think that, quite frankly, this is largely her award. But, you know, we've definitely all lived through 2020 together. It was very challenging from a health standpoint, obviously. We had some weather events that challenged us. We actually shut the refinery down once due to a hurricane scare. And then from the business perspective, I think all of you felt, and we definitely have, the margin's been significantly eroded. And it's been a tough year, not just for Pasadena, but for our whole company. So, you know, we've talked about it a lot. The light didn't switch back on January 1st, right? We're still up against this. I think there is you know, there's light at the end of the tunnel with this, and you know, we've all got reasons to be optimistic, but it's still a tough go, and we've got to keep our keep our safeguards in place. So I'm very proud to accept this for my workforce. We've got a very well integrated and I think a very effective workforce now. We've got the core of the folks that were here in Pasadena. We purchased the facility, and now we've added a lot of particularly technical horsepower to the facility to really modernize it and make it very effective and ultimately profitable. So I'll accept this on behalf of the folks who work for me. So of particular note last year, chemical plants and refineries, and I suppose big power plants, right? We go through something called a turnaround or a shutdown where we actually do our offline maintenance. And it's an interesting, from a business perspective, we're not selling products because we're down, and we're spending a lot of money on maintenance. So it's something we take very seriously. We focus on it. Also, depending how good of a job we do, it has implications to the business, positive implications. But what was interesting this year is we did that with COVID. So we have about 300 employees, Chevron employees. We've got another 300 contractors day to day, but we grew that workforce to almost double. And so obviously we had my company, we always follow the recommendations of the CDC, and then we've got the recommendations internally Chevron. So we had to space. So picture, we had to space out 1,400 contractors. We had to get them to wear face coverings. And I assure you that was a significant decision for myself and my leadership team to proceed with that event with COVID. But the really cool thing is we have to date had 0 on-site transmissions of COVID in the refinery. And so my leadership team took it very seriously, and our contract partners took it very seriously, and I'm very proud of that because it wasn't business as usual. We actually got busier, and we ended up with no on-site transmission. So I'm very proud of that. And we had great results up until the freeze. We had record reliability runs, and so the investments we're making in Pasadena are paying out. So in the community, so Chevron in the community, it's again, I've worked in 5 locations. I've served on boards in different places in Pascagoula, Mississippi, and volunteered in Richmond, California, every place I've worked. And that's just if you've been around Chevron any place in the world, whether it's Angola or El Segundo, California, you're going to see people dressed in their Nomex out in the communities, and that's obviously no exception here in Pasadena. And I mean, if you want to look at it this way, we do it out of self-interest to some extent. A lot of my employees live in Pasadena, and so when we volunteer our time or when we donate to the schools, we're actually donating it back to the people who work for us. So again, it's there may be some self-serving motivation there personally. So we talked about spending money locally. We actually spent $120 million last year. I can't say it was directly in Pasadena, but Clear Lake, Pasadena, Deer Park, right? We're in the center of the refining world. So yeah, we make significant investments locally, and Rajni told me to tell you that number, 120 million. So more directly, we donated vaccines to the kids in Pasadena this year. We donated some gas cards to first responders who are obviously, you can't say too much about the folks in our medical industry and our first responders. So we made a contribution there. We have another self-serving program. I told you we hire a lot of engineers in our business, and so we support something called STEM, and it's really to advance engineering and technical degrees in schools. So we actually support robotics in 75% of the schools here in Pasadena. Plus, we've done some other direct donations of computers and some other technology. So again, we support and if you will, push the sciences and the engineering studies every place that we do business. Let's see. Oh, and the last one, my favorite one. So we, I think last year, I forget it. Well, no, we bought some toys last year for Toys for Tots with the Pasadena Fire Department. I've got this gnarly old supervisor that works for me. I've known him actually 40 years, knew him in California. And he said, Tim, we got to get 100 bikes this year. 100 bikes for that Toys for Tots. And I'm saying, all right, Craig, that's fine. We can do that. Well, I think we got 114 if the count was right. So, my workforce is starting to get more engaged in this, and I didn't have to ask him to go get the bikes. He's put the hat around, and we got that level of participation with the facility. So, and we went to the mayor's office and presented that. So, anyways, I'll conclude my comments. I really do sincerely appreciate what the chamber's done for us. We've been involved with the school districts, which again, call it self-serving, but the level of need in Pasadena is obviously pretty high, and I'm proud to support that. And then last, Mayor, I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. I know that if we've got problems, I can call and vice versa, that we can sort that out. So thank you. We're very pleased to get this award, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Tim and Rajni and the entire Chevron Pasadena refinery team for all that they do. I know we speak for the entire community in saying it's a well-deserved honor. And so today's event, as Alex mentioned, looks a little different, but there are many more other sponsors that we want to thank and express our appreciation for continuing to sponsor and partner with us in this event. And so I want to say thank you in addition to Chevron as our presenting sponsor, to also say thanks to our gold sponsors at Bayway Auto Group, CP Chem, the City of Pasadena, Port Houston, Houston Airport Systems, S&B Infrastructure, ITC Terminals, IDCUS, and Houston Methodist Clear Lake. We appreciate your continued support. In addition, we had our silver sponsors and our bronze sponsors, which you can see on the screen. Hopefully those of you that didn't read one of the many emails that were at the convention center today, hoping to enjoy Ernie's, you've made it back to your office and are now tuning in live. So we want to say a special thank you as well to Ernie's Cafe and Catering. This is one of their favorite events to partner with, and so not getting to be there with us in person at the convention center, those to each of our sponsors, we hope you enjoy going to dine in and to support another one of our local businesses using one of the vouchers that was sent to you. So thank you to all of our sponsors for your continued support. This event truly is a partnership with the city and the chamber, and just want to say a special thank you to the city of Pasadena, to the mayor, and the many departments that helped organize a couple different versions of today's event, and just say thank you for your work and for your commitment and making the event happen however which way it did end up happening. So thank you. And then as Alex mentioned, we're here today and able to make this event available thanks to our partnership with CT Church Pasadena. Can't say enough about this team here and their commitment to partner and really work with all of the organizations in our community. It's because of their partnership with us this year that we are able to bring all of our events to our members, both in a hybrid format for future events and in virtual events, and their ability to just transition emotion every time they got the late night text and added changes. So thank you so much for your partnership and for your support so that we can, what's most important to the chamber and from our board, so that we can make events available so that our members can connect and engage the way they want to. And we want to make that available for you. So thank you so much again to CT. So at this point in the presentation, I would normally take a moment to recognize all of our elected officials in the audience. And so those of you that are not elected officials would normally be thinking, how many names is she gonna read? And maybe hoping that I would read your name as a part of the list. So today is your day. We're gonna do it in a new way. So technology, we have obviously had to learn lots of new skills last year with the pandemic and adjusting things. So I'm gonna invite you to take out your phone, everyone who is online. I realize that for some of you, I am now asking you to use 2 devices at one time, but I know 2020 probably gave you the opportunity to learn how to do lots of multitasking or attempting anyways. And so we know one of the biggest losses, as Alex mentioned, is the relationships and the connections. And so although we would much rather be together outside of a pandemic with 700 people like last year, we know that's not the case, but we want you to feel like that you can still connect and know who is here. And so for everybody online, I know we have hundreds of people watching, that we invite you to go to menti.com and enter the code 4834958 so that you can tell us who is here. You can enter your name to our elected officials. You can put your name in so that everybody can have a sense and a feeling that you know who you are watching with online for today's State of the City address. Following that, there will be some questions. And as Alex mentioned, we want to hear from you. We want to know what's important to you and how we can help support and serve you the best. And so we invite you to complete the short survey on there and enjoy connecting and knowing who else is joining us online. Although we're not gathered in person together, that we can still feel like we're a part of a larger community and representing the many different businesses that make up the Pasadena region. So with that, I will now invite our 2020 Chairman of the Board, Melinda Torreson with Metter Staffing Services, and our also a former Business of the Year honoree to announce this year's recipient.
Good afternoon, everyone. And can I just tell you, I am so excited to be the past chairman of the board for the Pasadena Chamber of Commerce. This is the best job, but you have to be the chairman in order to get to be the past chairman. But I just have to do it. Just a shout out to Alex Fox and just say thank you so much, Alex, for your significant leadership. You are already shining brightly, and we just appreciate all that you do. So again, good afternoon. I'm so elated to be able to bring to you this year's winner of Business of the Year. I truly believe anybody that was able to go back into the office on January 2nd, 2021, and say you're still in business, you all deserve to be Business of the Year, because if you made it through 2020, it is literally by grit, perseverance, endurance, tenacity, and really being able to pivot and transition in ways that we've never seen before. So Business of the Year is a really significant honor here in the community of Pasadena. It's awarded annually to an organization who is actively involved in our community, who is very giving, generous to people, to their employees, and is really significant in their respective industry, in the business and industry that they serve. We want to give a special thanks to all of the past Businesses of the Year. Of course, if we were in person, we would ask each one of you to stand, but we're not. So go ahead, stand up, pat yourself on the back, or if you're with a group of people at your business, say, hey, we're still here, and look what we continue to do. So thank you so much to all of the past winners of this particular award. We do want to let you know that this year, when the group of us got together, all of the previous winners, to do our annual selection, it was really difficult because there were so many just amazing organizations that were actually nominated this year. And so we normally don't do this, but we wanted to take the opportunity to recognize some of those companies that were on the list, just to show you just some of the key players that literally work and do business here in the great city of Pasadena. Of course, we can't go into all of the details and all of the contributions and achievements that they've made, but I do want to highlight these organizations and say thank you. To start, Artwin Graphics. We also have Bayway Auto Group, Clark Freight Lines, HCA Houston Healthcare, Southeast, Shell Federal Credit Union, and of course, T&T Construction. So again, hats off to each one of you. Our selected 2021 honoree has been a chamber member since 1994. From their philanthropic efforts, supporting our community through organizations and initiatives such as Toys for Tots, the Pasadena Livestock Show and Rodeo, Project Joy and Hope, the Chamber's annual Taste of the Town event, to more recent efforts in supporting, of course, Pasadena ISD, the 2020 Senior Campaign and Initiative that we rolled out last year, food donations to frontline healthcare workers, ongoing charity loads hauled all across the country. This year's honoree is really the perfect example of a Pasadena community partner who is committed to taking care of their people and supporting other local businesses. They're a family-owned local small business, which that's a feat in itself to be able to do business with your family, which is really a reward and a highlight in itself. But they have been providing safe, high-quality service to their customers for over 30 years and are a recognized leader in the trucking industry. So at this time, we want you to enjoy this video that tells a little bit more about their story, and then we're going to highlight and announce our Business of the Year.
Clark Freight Lines is a trucking company that moves full truckloads around Houston, around the region, and all around the nation. We're in about 32 states every day. We came to Pasadena because we lived here. And it just so happens this spot on Pine was available. We moved here temporarily 32 years ago, and now here we still are. Well, we started Clark Freight Lines with a very small office staff, and each hire that we've added was significant to us because we hope they'd be here a long time, and some of them have been here 20 years, 25 years. We try to read into their lives what they need, what they can contribute, what we can contribute to them. And so far, that's been a winning formula. Because of that, we've seen some longevity from a lot of our workers, some really good times, and the ability to pull together to get through the tough times.
It's not just a job, it's a family, and they've always encouraged us to do the best that we can, not just for the employees, but for the owner-operators that work here and also for the community in a whole.
Everyone here has an attitude of gratitude and is super supportive of one another.
I love working here at Clark Freight Lines, just the atmosphere with the people in here in the office.
We're like family here. It's not a huge company, and so we, when we have hard times in each of our lives, they support you.
It's just a really, really good thing to be a part of.
They've really taught me to become a better person, helped me personal and career-wise, and helped me learn about logistics, transportation, and they really care about the people.
We're all one big family. We do so many things for each other and community outreach, and it's just a blessing to work here.
So in a trucking company, a general day, it's a day of putting orders in, troubleshooting those orders, and adjusting to get that desired outcome. So all day we're interacting with just really dozens of industry partners to make sure that the driver's time is not wasted, make sure that the customer is getting what they asked for, and making sure, most of all, everybody's safe. So drivers are so important to us. They are the ones going out on the roads every day, pulling those loads, fighting the weather and the traffic and all the other conditions that they have to put up with. And supporting them here in the office is a wonderful office staff. If any of these departments don't work to their best, then that means something's not going to work right. So that longevity plays in here where these people, all of us working together, add so much and get a good outcome.
At Clark Freight, we support education. We feel that's really important. We support the FFA, the 4-H, and other kid community stuff around town. I think it's important for the kids to get a good education and also to work together. Because in this life, you have to work together with people, whether you're at the plant, whether you're at Walmart, wherever you're at.
And one of the first things that we did was provide trailers for parades. We've been successful here in Pasadena, and we're very grateful. Trucking is a tough business, but because of our good people, because of the pro-business climate of Pasadena, and because of the Lord our God, we have made it all of these years, and we're moving on in to a 4th decade of success.
So would you join me now in congratulating Clark Freight Lines as the 2021 Business of the Year. And now at this time, we invite you, Danny, Vice President, along with General Manager David, to the stage. As you come to the stage, we want to let you know that we do have several awards that are going to be presented to you at a later time, including a certificate from U.S. Senator Ted Cruz, a congressional recognition and flag from Congressman Brian Babin. You're going to receive several proclamations from State Representative for District 144, Marian Perez, from Harris County, Precinct 2 Commissioner Adrian Garcia, along with a proclamation from Pasadena Mayor Jeff Wagner. So at this time, we'd like for you to come to the podium and receive this amazing honor. And again, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'll speak first. I guess I made it up here first. And
yeah.
Then, but
probably whenever you get all you have to say, that'll be it.
It is a group effort. I mentioned in the video that we started out with just a few of us, and it revolves around drivers. Without drivers, you don't have a truck line. And so by putting these people together, supporting them the best that we can, hiring the best that we can, treating them like we want to be treated, you get some success. And most of all, the Lord's made us successful, and we're so grateful for that. So thank you very much, Pasadena Chamber of Commerce. What an honor to be recognized. We're just a little truck line in Pasadena, and here we are receiving the highest award. Thank you very much.
And there's not much to add, excuse me, add to that. We're just really glad to be involved in the community. I've been here since '89, and that's really something. Dan and I both graduated from Rayburn, so we've been here for a long time. So it's really nice just to kind of keep everything right there together, and we're just like Minnie Pearl. We're just so proud to be here.
You know, and I just have to say about this company, when you get to know the family and the employees behind the organization, you really do see that they are the real deal. And so we just, again, congratulate the two of you, and on behalf of the Chamber and really the whole city of Pasadena and all of your vendors, all of your customers, your employees, we say you're so incredibly deserving. So God bless you guys. And thank you for just the way that you serve and the way that you shine. And when you work with family, these are two brothers. They keep the main thing. And that's why they are the Business of the Year for 2021. So again, congratulations and thank you so much. So, so well deserved. And it's now my privilege and my honor to introduce the main focus for today, the state of the city. We're going to hear from Mayor Jeff Wagner. And, you know, Mayor Wagner, there's not a bio or anything in front of me. So this is just what I truly believe is that anybody who has been in leadership the past 3 years, you've gone through Hurricane Harvey, never been through anything like that in our lifetime. We've now experienced a global pandemic. We then experienced as Alex had alluded to, the winter apocalypse or winter Armageddon, another once in a lifetime moment and experience. And so that's really how I wanted to introduce Mayor Wagner to you this afternoon, is that again, I think people are starved and are craving leadership. And especially when you go through not just historical, significant events like we've been through the past 3 years, but going through the day to day and really caring for your employees, caring for the community, caring for the businesses, and being an advocate for not just a citizen, but for each business. And so for that, Mayor Wagner, we're so appreciative. And on that note, I would like to invite you to come to the stage. And for all of you online, we get to hear from Mayor Jeff Wagner. So thank you, Mayor Wagner, for all that you've done. And we look forward to hearing from you. And we're praying that there's no more historical, once in a century events.
Again, thank you for those kind words. That's my whole speech. Thank you for doing that. So thank you. Now, I really want to thank the Chamber for allowing me each and every year to give an update of our city. Also want to thank the media team right here at CT Church for helping us put this online event together. There's more work to this than people can even imagine. I witnessed that yesterday. Thank you for allowing me to witness, and y'all stepped up to the plate and y'all helped me out, making sure that I knew where to stand, and I had my pants on, not my pajama bottoms, when I got here. So thank y'all so much for that. You know, I'm very proud to be your mayor. I take this job very serious. I give it my best every day. When we come to the theme this year for the state of the city, my team had to look back at the past year, and honestly, it was hard not to focus on all the challenges at first. But like always, we thought about our citizens and how they band together and make the best things out of anything that they have in front of them. That's why we came up with community partnerships and accomplishing more. And really, that's always been my belief. If you have a caring community, strong partnerships, you can accomplish so much more. And we've done that since I took office in 2017. Besides being mayor, running the city on our daily duties, we've been through a lot. And as just mentioned earlier, a lot of curveballs have been thrown at us. Like, again, Hurricane Harvey, COVID-19. Just 2 weeks ago, that wicked storm Uri. As mayor, when you're faced with these major challenges, it's important to have a good team in place, and I do. But it takes more than just that. That's where our community comes in, both our residents and our business community. You've always stepped up, whether it's in a time of crisis or not. That's why this community is such a great community to prosper. During all the crises that we've been through, I can sit back and think about how the Chamber, local churches, Baker Ripley, the Salvation Army, even our Pasadena Animal Shelter, put together food drives to help just not our citizens, but our animals in need. Pasadena is so blessed, and we have such great public safety team with our health department, our Office of Emergency Management, and our first responders, and all our local health officials. That's why we're doing this online today. It's not what we want to do, it's what we must do. But I'm hopeful with more people getting the vaccine, the virus numbers will be dropping, and we can get back to some kind of normal living. Winter Storm Uri, my goodness, we didn't see that one coming, did we? Uri brought freezing temperatures like Pasadena's never seen before. Rolling blackouts became blackouts. Prolonged freezing temperatures led to frozen and broken pipes. Decreased water pressures forced us into a boil water notice. That was tough. We worked to provide current and updated information around the clock. And once again, the citizens of this great community rose to the occasion. We put on extra pair of socks, heavy jackets, and we worked together to give food and water and those needed. The spirit of our community comes together in a time of crisis, and that's amazing. Thank you for all you do to make sure that happens. You know, then there's partnerships. Well, I can't say enough about all the partnerships that we made in 3.5 years. The way that we work together to enhance and strengthen our existing partnerships, that's really the backbone and the progress of our city. The Chamber of Commerce and the Pasadena Economic Development Corporation never stops working for our development. Our partnerships with San Jacinto College, Pasadena Independent School District, our local nonprofits, and our healthcare system are stronger than ever. Our amazing industry partners have become like family. They reach out to support Pasadena just not in time of need, but all year round. Along with support of our small businesses, our local churches and pastor, Team Pasadena is ready for any challenges. You know, talking about accomplishments. All through this, we're amazed how this team was able to keep our city moving forward to provide our local business with a place they can grow. Our city services never stopped. Infrastructure continued. There was no layoffs or furloughs of any city employee. Lower property taxes right now at the lowest rate we've had in 35 years. Our budget is solid. We have built a brand new fire station, a brand new police and fire academy, a new court building. All of these buildings were built on time and, listen to this, under budget. Improvements right now, as we're talking, are going at the convention center grounds to help the Rodeo and Strawberry Festival have better events. Ritchie Street progress of enhancement of grant program is working. There's 4 new residential subdivisions right here in our city, something for everyone. All of these reasons are why Pasadena is such a great place for business to call home. In closing, I want to say again, this past year has been about one thing, 2 things, maybe 3 things: our community, our partnerships, and accomplishing more. And we're just getting started. God bless you, your family. God bless our great city. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Dr. Laura Murillo, President and CEO of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And yes, that includes Pasadena too. Mayor Wagner, congratulations to you and your entire team for supporting small businesses. We are so proud of the fact that the EDC established Pasadena Loves Local and also the financial assistance that you all provided to over 200 small businesses when they needed it the most. On a special note, I'd like to also commend you, Mayor, for the support that you've given just one business owner, Diva Irazo. She's a member of the Chamber, and when she went to Pasadena to seek opportunities, you all were able to make a connection with the city of Pasadena, your police department, and her small business was able to provide much needed services. You guys do it every day. And on behalf of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, we want to thank you, Mayor Jeff Wagner, and the entire city of Pasadena for all you do. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Claudia Aguirre, President and CEO of Baker Ripley. You know, I'm not sure if you know this, but Baker Ripley's work started in this community 73 years ago. From day one, we have been listening to our neighbors, designing solutions, and providing innovative programming. For example, when the city of Pasadena called and asked us to create a youth program, we built the very first park. When the industry faced a retiring workforce, we upskilled the community to meet job opportunities. And when Pasadena ISD asked us to help with parent involvement, we created programs to teach English, job skills, and the importance of voting. All of this resulting in a better community, a better city, a better region. But what I've realized is that no one organization, no one industry can do this work alone. We all have a role to play. public, private, nonprofit sectors, supporting one another through partnerships. We are all here for a reason. Businesses, the port, education, industry leaders, and government, all of us working alongside Mayor Wagner. We're all critical to the success of this region. Now more than ever, with so many challenges ahead, this collaboration is what is needed to build great cities. Since 1968, our Pasadena Advisory Committee has been strategic and purposeful in addressing the changing needs of this community. We thank you for being such encouraging and supportive partners. And the 40,000 people we serve every year, they thank you too. And it's because of this support that we're able to do great things together. Great things like our multi-million-dollar investment in the Pasadena Capital Campaign. This huge accomplishment allows us to double our community space and expand our programs to reach 20,000 more people each year. But we know right now, all eyes are on the recovery of COVID and the thousands of people hurting. Mayor Wagner has been leading us through this recovery. I remember when he came to our food drive, he rolled up his sleeves and helped us serve more than 400 cars, providing 2,200 people with food to eat that day. Since then, as a frontline partner in Pasadena, we have given over 5,000 families access to healthy, high-quality food, provided over 1,800 families with financial relief, helped 5,700 people navigate the stimulus check and unemployment process. And we helped 50 small businesses stay afloat. We couldn't have done this work without the support of Mayor Wagner. He continues to provide the community an important seat at his table. He understands the critical role that partnerships play in the success and development of the city. It takes all of us impacting and changing lives, one neighborhood at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Wagner. Thank you for your service. Thank you to the Pasadena Channel Communications team who worked to produce the video accompanying the mayor's remarks. We're so grateful for our partnership, and we look forward to doing even bigger and better things, hopefully with a few less obstacles. That would be nice. We look forward to seeing all of your faces soon. Thank you very much for joining us online. I can't wait to see, it's funny the things you miss. I miss the quirky things about people. I miss their faces and their smiles, their reactions to my jokes, which may or may not be good, but I miss them anyway. Please take a moment to go online to the Minty. I'm going to read the number one more time in case you missed it. The code is 483-4958, and take a moment to fill out our survey. We really want to hear from you. Please make your opinion count, and we look forward to speaking with you and talking with you very soon. Make sure you call the chamber and figure out where you can get involved and get engaged, because it benefits everybody. I promise it will benefit you more than you ever expected. So thank you for joining us today, and please enjoy the rest of your day.